So the base is loaded. 2 outs, and out to the mound goes Paul McIntosh to chat with Bryce Wilson here. McIntosh will come back to the mound now as the pitch clock winding down on their visit. Bryce just kind of playing at the belt buckle, trying to get a little comfortable here. Munguia, soft double down the line, bounce out the strikeout, Shrek, 2 strike, 2 out, RBI hit off of Wilson, base hit and a walk later. Now the base is juiced, and the pitch home to Mendoza. He shows bunt, gets it down third base side. Charging more, he'll fake the throw to first, hold on to it. It's a bunt RBI single for Carlos Mendoza. Catches everybody by surprise. Moore was playing back at third, and Mendoza just a picture-perfect bunt up the third base side. Wilson, no chance to get off the mound and grab that. It'll be an RBI for Carlos Mendoza. That's his 11th of the season. The Bisons lead to 2-0 here at the top of the first. Josh Rivera, the shortstop, will hit next. The base is still juiced. First pitch cutter, nibbles at the outside corner, 0-1. 0-1 to Rivera. Swings the breaking ball, loops it in the air. Shallow right, long run. De La Cruz coming in towards the line. He settles under it and makes the catch. Rivera retired and the inning over. But the Bisons strike for 2 runs. They do it on 4 hits, 1 walk, leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the first. Bisons 2, IronPigs coming to bat. Here in the Vegas Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Congratulations to the Clippers family. Your day popular. Let's get it out there. Clippers, local experts are available to you. You'll make it possible for you. Hey, first of all, if one or two of them strikes them out, they're good services to the clear off the basketball. Call everyone's great team for that local club service.
Bottom of the first, it's the Bisons 2 already, and the IronPigs coming to bat here against Josh Fleming, making the start for the Buffalo Bisons. Southpaw gets the ball for Buffalo, and this is how the defense will take shape behind him to start things out. It's Rafael Montigua in left, Ismael Munguia in center, RJ Shrek in right, Charles McAdoo at third base, Josh Rivera at shortstop, Carlos Mendoza's at second base, Riley Tirada at first, and Willie McIver does the catching. IronPigs have not faced many left-handed starting pitchers here this season. Fleming, only one that they will face this week. Stuart Baroa, switch hitter, will bat from the right side, kicks things off. Fleming the kick, first pitch, it's a sinker at the knees at 88, 0-1. Fleming with a 4-pitch mix, changeup, curveball, sinker, and cutter. No pitch averages above 90 miles an hour for him. He will predominantly use the changeup, which sits at about 80 miles an hour. It's been fantastic this season. On the first base side, 0-1, there's the changeup. Baroa swings and misses on it. 0-2, he runs about a 30% whiff rate with that changeup, using it about 30% of the time. Quickly 0-2 on Baroa. Fleming the winds, 2-strike pitch. Fastball up and in. Baroa spins out of the way of it. 1-2. Fleming, his last time out was on May the 3rd at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He threw 4 no-hit innings. 1-2. Baroa off the end of the bat. He'll scrape it to the backstop. Went 4 no-hit innings, 4 strikeouts. The only base runner was a walk. Worked out of the bullpen that day. Bisons were already trailing 7-1. 1-2 pitch. Just up and in. Baroa, pretty dicey take. Count is even though at 2-2. Pigs down 2-0, bottom of the first. Baroa hitting .269 of the year, 2-2. Change up misses below the knees. Good at that by Baroa here. Worked it from 0-2 to 3-2. Stewart, 3 homers, is driven in 12. Full count here to begin the bottom of the first. Bisons got their leadoff man on. Baroa trying to do the same here. The payoff. Ground ball up the middle to his left. Shortstop Rivera glove slings it over to first quickly and gets Baroa by a step and a half. One gone here to begin the last first. And that's where the changeup is so effective for Fleming, even when it's not getting swings and misses. That was ball 4 off the plate, but Baroa out in front, reaching for it. Got it off the end of the bat in a weak ground out to shortstop. Brings up Christian Cairo. Cairo, the Pigs' own shortstop here today. He does use the pink bat. First pitch shows bunt. And misses off the plate. Pops out of the mitt of catcher McIver, trying to take that pitch onto the outside corner, frame it. Cairo hitting .269 this year, 2 homers, driven in 12. 3 for 20 this week, 2 walks, 2 stolen bases. 1-0 pitch. Cairo a chopper down the third baseline on the short hop. What a pick by McAdoo, but it's a foul ball. He darted in front of the bag and ended up making contact with the ball when it was in foul territory. Third base umpire Steven Jashinsky right on it. Actually, no, he was back at the bag. That's a great call by Jashinsky. I thought McAdoo had a cut in front of the bag, but it was actually, he was behind it. It's a good pickup by McAdoo and a better sight line by Jashinsky to make sure that that was a foul ball. So Cairo will walk back to the plate. Umpires today brought to you by Gross McGinley, attorneys at law, focused on fair play. Gross McGinley has been providing trusted legal counsel to the greater Lehigh Valley for the past 50 years. 1-1 on Cairo. Fleming with the high blue socks. Black glove held to the chest. Steps into the wind. 1-1. Cairo a weak tapper at the third base side. This time a fair ball. McAdoo gloves gets rid of it quick on the run. It gets Cairo at first. This time fully for real. 5-3 put out, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Nice ovation for Otto Kemp as he strides the plate here. Otto having himself a good week. 6 for 20 with 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 3 homers, or 1 double, 3 homers, and 11 RBIs. 2 outs, bases empty. Fleming, the first delivery. It's a curveball down low. Kemp has really been on the money against left-handed pitching, not just this week, but now the entire season for the IronPigs. Sitting 4, or rather, pitch comes home. Kemp a chopper, third base side, 3 high hops. There to glove. McAdoo set the feet, high throw, and it pulls Tirada off the bag. E5 on Charles McAdoo, and Kemp safe at first, extends the inning. Otto coming into the day is 6 for 10 against left-handed pitching. That won't be a base hit there. It'll drop him to 6 for 11. But he is aboard to bring up Carter Keyboom, representing the tying run here in the bottom of the first. Just a poor throw from McAdoo there. He had all the time in the world, set his feet, just got under it a little. Tirada couldn't hold the bag, had to jump up, and Kemp hustling down the line, able to keep the inning going and allow Keyboom to hit. Pigs DH takes a look at a first pitch sinker just below the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. Keyboom hitting .315. That leads the IronPigs amongst active players here. 2 homers, is driven in 10. 1-0 pitch, he flies it in the air down the left field side, hooking though towards the picnic patio. It's going to get out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one on Keyboom. He does not have the full pink bat today, but he does have pink tape on the handle of the bat. Kemp leads it first. Fleming in the stretch, set to the chest, to the plate. Carves the outside corner with change up. 1-2. So 1-2 on Keyboom. The Bisons with a lot of traffic on the bases in the top half. 2 runs on 4 hits. Pigs looking for their first hit of the game in the bottom of the first. The 1-2. Key boom off the end of the bat, just able to get a piece of it and roll it softly. Foul, the first base side. Count remains 1-2. Fleming, originally a fifth-round pick to the Rays back in 2017. Throws home, the pitch is outside. Kemp taking off for second. The throw is in time. Kemp with a headlong dive, can't get around the tag. Willie McIver, a good throw, able to hose him, and the inning over. So the Pigs get a man aboard on the error, but wiped off on the caught stealing. Go to the second, 2-0 Buffalo. Here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Top of the second, IronPigs trailing the Bisons 2-0 after one. Bryce Wilson back to work for the IronPigs, deals home to Rafael Lantigua. The pitch misses down and away to him. 1 ball, no strikes. 9-1-2 for the Bisons as they sent 8 to the plate in the first. Able to scrape together 2 runs on 4 hits and a walk. 1-0 pitch. Lantigua off the hands, pops it up, shallow right. Figueroa venturing out. The second baseman reaches out his arm and makes the catch. 1 out. Back to the top of the order, and Ismael Munguia, who doubled down the left field line and scored the first run of the game back in the first. So Wilson making what is now his 7th appearance of the season and his 6th start. Mentioned in the first, he's kind of alternated good and bad this year. First pitch on the way to Munguia, trying to softball swing, walk out of the box, fouls it straight back. We saw Munguia do that last year. We've seen Stuart Baroa try it as well. It's a little step over swing to try to get the running start out of the box and tap the ball on the ground the other way. Moore is in on the grass at third base, shortstop Cairo up the middle, and this time Munguia, a much more traditional hack, fouls it straight back. 0-2. It's a pretty unorthodox thing for Munguia to try to swing like that. Kind of looks like an old school baseball technique. 0-2. Fastball misses inside. 1-2. Earlier today, as the Pigs were going out to warm up, Metro Performance Coordinator Todd Dilbeck stopped me and asked me if I knew what he was holding. Pitch to Munguia, swing and a miss. Through 92 right by him. It's down on strikes. 2 gone here in the second. And I had no clue what I was looking at. It kind of looked like a driver's glove. And I asked, is that like a golf glove or something? He was like, no, I forgot what he called it, but it's basically the original fielding glove. It's this small, padded, looks like a driving glove or a golf glove that, vintage, old-school baseball players would wear in the late 1800s. First pitch to Josh Kasevich. This is up and in. 1 ball, no strikes, and you strap it on. It's got a little padding to it, and is, the predecessor, the origin of the modern fielding glove. 1-0 pitch. Kasevich takes breaking ball down the middle. 1-1. It turns out Todd is actually, or was once upon a time, a very avid vintage baseball player. You play by the old school rules and the wool uniforms. 1-1. Kazovic hard ground ball towards the whole left side by a diving Cairo and into left for a base hit. So Kazovic, who grounded out his first time up, finds a hole for this ground ball. It's got a 2-out hit. The inning continues for Charles McAdoo. If you've never seen old school vintage baseball played, we do it here every year on our old school baseball day. We'll have an exhibition of it prior to the game. They wear the old school uniforms. They'll throw the pitches underhand, use the old-timey baseball, which is unbelievably slick. First pitch on the way to McAdoo. Takes a sweeper down and away. The reason that ball was slick back in the days, they would use it the entire game. It would get covered in licorice juice and tobacco juice, dirt, mud, anything you can imagine, get beat up by the end of the game, which is why they called it the dead ball area. 1-0 on McAdoo. Kazovic at first bluffs. The pitch up and in. 2-0 on McAdoo. Eventually, the tight-fisted owners elected to, bring some more offense to the game, refresh the baseball a little bit more consistently, and also use a different baseball that had a bit more life to it. 2-0 pitch. McAdoo lines it the other way, but right at De La Cruz and right, just a step or two to his right. Makes the catch. McAdoo lines out, and the inning over. Scoreless second for Bryce Wilson. Bounces back nicely. We go bottom two. Still 2-0 Buffalo here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Bottom of the second, it's the Bisons 2 and the IronPigs nothing. Bryce Wilson putting up a 0 in the second. Pigs trying to get on the board here against Josh Fleming. Into his full line. Pitch home to Carter Keyboom is a fastball at the knees. 0-1. Keyboom was at the plate when Otto Kemp was thrown out trying to steal second base. Pigs have had a little bit of trouble this year. 0-1. Keyboom rolls it towards the backstop. 0-2. Stealing bases. They have not been as aggressive as they have been in recent years. Part of that is just roster composition. They don't have as many base stealers as normal, but even kind of some of the guys you would think would chip in a couple more steals. 0-2. Keyboom just gets a piece again. Fouls this one back. Still 0-2. They've still been trying to run a little bit, but have not been nearly as successful. Pigs are 44 for now 60 stealing bases this season. 0-2. Pitch is off the plate. 1-2. In recent years, the Pigs have typically run one of the best stolen base percentages in the International League. But this year, even their guys at the top, like Christian Cairo, are just 9 for 13. 1-2. Keyboom off the end of the bat. A weak roller. Third base side. Charging McAdoo. He gloves, throws, and it's late. Keyboom hustling down the line, able to beat it out. McAdoo, who had a throwing error in the first inning, showed no signs of wariness about a tough throw there. Fired it right on the money, and Keyboom able to beat it out. First hit of the day for the IronPigs is Well, you're hitting above 300. You find hits every which way, and Keyboom's certainly been doing that. Leadoff man on board for the IronPigs brings up Ryan De La Cruz. First pitch, De La Cruz swings, lifts it on a line deep right center. Munguia shaded right there, though, backs up just a couple of steps, makes the catch. Keyboom back to first, 1 out. Tough for De La Cruz there. Hit it on the screws, about 100 miles an hour off the bat. Brings up the over Piguero. Piguero, a nice game last night. 2 more doubles, brings him into second in the International League, trailing only 1 player here this season. First pitch to Piguero, misses down and into him. Ball 1, Gage Workman. The Toledo Mud Hens actually has just 1 more double than the over. Piguero now with 14 doubles on the season. 1-0 pitch off the end of the bat. Squibs it to the backstop, 1-1. Infield at double play depth. Piguero, the righty, against the lefty. Fleming on the mound for the Bisons. Fleming this season, pitch count-wise, has only been up to 78 this year. He was only at 44 his last time out. 1-1 coming. Piguero swings, chops it third base side to his left. McAdoo scoops it, goes to second one. Quick turn by Mendoza, and he throws out Piguero at first for the 5-4-3 double play. And Fleming, despite giving up his first hit, faces the minimum for a second consecutive inning. Go to the third. It's 2-0 Buffalo here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Thank you, Connor. Like you said, IronPigs trail the Bisons 2-0 as we go to the top of the third here. Mother's Day Sunday. It is just about a packed ballpark here at Coca-Cola Park. A little overcast skies, but lights already on here at the ballpark. Hazy up above. Dealt with the threat of rain all week, and finally, here on Sunday, no rain. RJ Shrek leads it off for the Bison, swings the first pitch and skies it. Left side of the diamond, shallow left, Cairo shielding his eyes up against the sun, and he makes the catch. Shortstop puts it away, and RJ Shrek mercifully retired. He's only hitting .625 this week. At the first RBI of the game, driving in Ismael Munguia back in the first, but Wilson gets him on just 1 pitch here to begin the third inning. William McIver singled his first time up. Wilson has given up 5 hits. 2 runs for the Bisons. They lead 2-0, top of 3. First pitch on the way to McIver was a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Bisons being aggressive, and Wilson is just kind of answering back with that by, well, being more aggressive. McIver from the right side. Wilson the turn, delivers home, throws a fastball by him. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Just fighting fire with fire here. Wilson's fastball, just a little bit extra juice on it today. Sitting 92, getting it up to 94. And I think ultimately being more aggressive with it like he is helping it play up even more than that. 0-2. Fastball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryce comes into the day with an ERA near 7, over 27 in the third innings, 28 strikeouts, 11 walks. 1-2. Sinker runs in under the arms of McIver, 2-2. Wilson on the third base side of the rubber. Red glove, throws it over the head, kicks the knee, delivers home, and off the end of the bat, McIver a slow roller to short. Cairo waits back on it, vacuums it up, throws to first. Plenty of time to get McIver. 2 outs.
First baseman, number 2, Riley Torrado.
2 outs, base is empty, brings up Riley Torrado, who walked off of Wilson his first time up. Bryce gave up 2 in the first on 4 hits and 1 walk. Since then, though, has only given up 1 hit. Lines delivers to Torrado, swings to the first pitch, hits it in the air to right. De La Cruz is already playing deep, just a couple steps back, is there to make the catch. It's an easy breezy 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Wilson. That's a Mates 1-2-3 inning for your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. Visit MatesHomeservice.com to book your appointment today. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Bisons here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
IGF Energy. You number 9. Here's your host, Larry.
What's your mom's name? She got to say name. Okay, what's your mom's one? She teaches at the baseball. Wow, it's my mom. Okay, how old is your mom? Oh, okay. How old is your mom's name? Think about that. We'll have that. Maybe that's a good question. All right, let's go Charlotte. What's your mom's name? What does she do for work? Now, how old is your mom? 77. And what's her favorite thing to do? It's really so. Okay, let's start on the just the beast. What's your mom's for work? How old is your mom? All right, here's the tiebreaker. What does your mom do? What she likes to do? She sometimes likes to play outside. That is so sweet. Her mom just wants to be left alone. She said she's 36.
You can know your mom. We're going to the future of energy. Now batting, number 16,
Bottom of the third, IronPigs trail the Bisons 2-0. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. 7-8-9, 2 up for the Pigs against Josh Fleming. Spins first pitch sweeper on the outside corner to Caleb Ricketts. 0-1 Ricketts, the only true lefty in the lineup today for the Pigs. Playing first base, hitting .216, 4 homers, has driven in 20. 0-1, checks the swing, curveball down and away, appeal over to third base. He held up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fleming has had 2 base runners against him today, but has been able to wipe them off both times now. Lines and deals, 1-1, Ricketts off the thumbs, grounds it foul to the Bison's dugout. 1-2, Pigs got an error in the first, allowing Otto Kemp to reach. He was then thrown out trying to steal, and then Carter Keyboom's leadoff infield single in the second was wiped out by a 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Leo Piero to end the inning. 1-2 on Ricketts. Fleming turn, delivers, and Ricketts reaching for it, pops it up off the end of the bat towards short. Step back for Rivera, barely has to move. 1 out.
Now batting, for IronPigs.
First out of the inning recorded, brings up Paul McIntosh. Talked about some of the pink gear for all the players involved here. The catcher, Willie McIver, one of the guys who gets decked out. He's got the full pink catcher's gear. Pink helmet, pink guards, also has the pink armbands. First pitch to McIntosh. This is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Seeing how much pink gear some guys wear versus others can tell you a little bit. 1-0 coming. McIntosh takes a heater changeup rather, on the inside corner. 1-1 about which guys have maybe some apparel deals or contracts with equipment outfitters for gloves and cleats. Pitch to McIntosh, fouls it off the plate. 1-2. I don't know where Carlos Mendoza picked him up, but he's the only guy in the field wearing neon pink socks. And man, they are like highlighter pink. All in all, the pink socks for him actually aren't too mismatched to the Bisons uniform. 1-2. Change up is downstairs, 2-2. Bison's uniform has enough red in it that the pink isn't like entirely out of place. 2-2 on McIntosh, 2-0 Bisons. Bottom of the third, kick in the break even. McIntosh just gets a piece of it off the end of the bat, fouls it down to the plate. Fleming, the turn from the first base side, 2-2 again. Curveball is down and in. 3-2. Fleming does have a Major League appearance this season, had his contract selected by the Blue Jays on April 6th. Through that day against the Dodgers, gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout over 3 innings of work. 3-2, McIntosh and chopper. Deep at third, backing up on it, McAdoo to the outfield, grass gloves, and a long throw across is on target to get McIntosh. Some Mac on Mac crime there. McAdoo throws out McIntosh. 2 outs. Brings up Robert Moore. Switch hitter will bat right-handed here. Moore from the right side this season. Only has 9 at-bats. 2 for 9. Fleming kicks, delivers. First pitch breaking ball hit in the air. Left center field pretty deep. Lantigua going back towards the track. He's not going to get there. It lands on the track and bounces off the fence. Moore on his way to second. He's going to stop there with a stand-up double. Man, off the bat, that was just kind of weird for Moore. It wasn't like a loud crack of the bat, but he drove it well out to left center, and it just ended up coming down the track. And Lantigua, a pretty circuitous route chasing after it. Had a mile to go after it, but kind of went back towards the wall first and then cut over. So the Pigs, for the first time today, with a man in scoring position. Top of the order, Stuart Burroa. Moore at second. 2 outs. First pitch. Change up, misses down and away. Burroa grounded out to shortstop, his first time up. Switch hitter, batting right. Burroa, as a righty this season, is just 2 for 17. 1-0 coming. Burroa check swing, fouls it to the top of the netting towards the Bison's dugout. 1-1. One and one on Burroa. Moore taking his lead. Mendoza keeping him close. A throw back to second, and Moore just gets back. With 2 outs, you'd prefer that pick play doesn't have Moore diving in as closely as that was. Last thing the Pigs need is to make another out on the bases today. One and one on Burroa. Moore still takes an aggressive lead from second. The 1-1 pitch. Change up spins from Fleming down and away. Fleming, born in Bridgeton, Missouri, 5th round pick of the Rays out of Webster University in St. Louis. Two 1 coming. Burroa grounds it to the backstop. Still 2-2 on Stewart. Fleming hasn't had to work too hard yet. Just at 42 pitches here. Happened when you've nearly faced the minimum 1 time through the order now. Moore out at second. Fleming a deep breath. The 2-2. Sinker just in off the plate. Tried to front hip it on Burroa, and Fleming just off the inside edge. Seeing Fleming slice and dice a little bit as a Southpaw out on the mound. You don't see guys like this all too often anymore. Comes the set, 3-2. Baroa, hard ground ball, but that's wide of third. Foul ball. Kind of know what's coming from Fleming. It's going to be the sinker, going to be the changeup, mixing the curveball every now and again. He hides the ball really well, mixes and matches locations and spots. That's kind of the part of it that a lot of people don't understand. It's not just sitting on the pitch, but also the location. It's not afraid to mix and match, move it around a little bit. Another 3-2. Baroa pops it up. Right on top of the plate, a couple steps towards the mound, everybody converging, and McIver, the catcher, takes control about 15 feet up the first base line, makes the catch, and the inning over. Pigs leave Moore out at second, and we're on to the fourth. It's 2-0 Buffalo here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Top of the fourth, it's the Buffalo Bisons 2 and the IronPigs nothing. Time for the RAV fourth inning, brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Pigs. Bryce Wilson back to work. Carlos Mendoza leads off against him, swings and misses. At the first pitch, 0-1 Mendoza dropping down an RBI bunt base hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs back in the first. It's the last run of the game that was scored here. Bisons 4 hits in that inning, have just 1 hit off of Wilson since. Mendoza from the left side, Moore in on the grass at third. 0-1, threw a fastball by him. 0-2. Wilson getting some good swing and miss on that fastball here today. Typically, it's a sweeper doing much of the heavy lifting. It seems like the Bison's trying to sit on that sweeper a little bit more, and Wilson's been able to stun them a little bit with the fastball. 0-2, Mendoza late, fouls it back. Count stays at 0-2. Already today, Wilson with 2 swings and misses on the fastball that account for his only whiffs of the day here. He's been really populating the strike zone. 0-2, fastball's up high. 1-2 as he's thrown each and every one of his pitches more than 50% strike rate. He's now at 47 pitches and 32 strikes. 1-2 on Mendoza. The wind from Wilson. Down the hill he comes. Swing and a miss. Fastball up out of the zone. Got him to chase. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Bryce Wilson. Seems like a good job. I don't know if it was in the scouting report for Wilson or not, but early on, the Bison swings are telling him, hey, they're sitting on your off-speed stuff. Let's go with the fastball, try to ride the upper rail. So far, it's been a plan for success. First pitch on its way to Josh Rivera. This is just down and away to him. Rivera flying out to right field his first time up. What I think is probably one of the more important ABs of the game to this point. 1-0 coming. Fastball inner third, 1-1, because Rivera was hitting with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Bisons could have pretty easily blown the game open here, but Wilson has now had enough time to settle in a little bit. 1-1, fastball fouled back, and against bottom half of the order, Wilson just rearing back, using the fastball. Jumped ahead on Rivera, 1-2. It's a 202 hitter, 5 homers, driven in 21. Tied the game last night with a solo homer off of Alan Ronhell. 1-2. Sinker at 94, tails down and away. Two and two on Josh Rivera, 1 out, top of the 4th. Wilson the turn, and it's break even. Sweeper down and away. Rivera lays off of that. Just the second time today that Wilson has actually missed with that sweeper. 3-2. Fastball fouled off the plate in between the feet. The home plate umpire, Charlie Welling. Price and Josh Fleming going pitch for pitch essentially here. Price was oh so close to getting out of the first, no damage, but a 2-strike, 2-out RBI single from RJ Schreck. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on to by McIntosh. Guess what? It was the fastball. Wilson just rearing back, letting it eat. Almost hitting 95 that time. 94.8. It's got to be one of the harder fastballs he's thrown this season. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts for Wilson here in the 4th. Rafael Antigua bats, bases empty, 2 outs. The line from Wilson the pitch. Fastball nibbles the outside corner. 0-1. Antigua talking a little bit with home plate umpire Charlie Welling there. That pitch did have the corner. Antigua, one of the best challengers in all of minor league baseball. 0-1. Cutter just an inch up and away. 1-1. Bisons, though, have already burned 1 challenge today. Came back in the first inning. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball top of the zone. Antigua late. 1-2. I wish I could pinpoint whatever it is for Wilson that has made his fastball just that much better today. 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball right there. Middle of the zone, top of the strike zone. And Bryce Wilson strikes out the side using basically nothing but heaters. 5 strikeouts in the game for Wilson, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0 Buffalo here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
That guy went to the IronPigs, number 0, Bisons, Idaho.
Bottom of the 4th, it's still 2-0 Buffalo as the RAV4th inning drives along. Brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Pigs. First pitch on the way to Christian Cairo, in for a strike from Josh Fleming. Fleming, 3 scoreless innings so far, has not struck anybody out. He's only given up 2 hits, no walks. 0-1 to Cairo is down the dirt. 1-1 on Christian, grounded out to third base. His first time on McAdoo at third, staring at him to bunt. Playing way back, the 1-1. Cairo swings away off the hands, pops it up out of play. First base side, now with 2 strikes. Certainly no chance of the bunts. 1-2. Cairo takes his timeout, dives back into the box. Fleming, the lefty, first base side of the rubber. 6-2, 220 down the hill. Fastball just a little bit above the top of the zone. 2-2. Outfield shades Cairo the other way here. Infield straight up. Fleming the turn. Break even. Cairo a high chopper over to third. Waiting back at it. McAdoo now comes in for it. Fires over to first. High again. And off the bag is Terada. Cairo is saved. That'll likely be another error on Charles McAdoo. He got caught in between a little bit there. Set it off the bat. He waited back on it. And then he saw Cairo busting out of the box and decided to charge it. Gloved it, tried to get rid of it quick, and the throw took off on him. So the second throwing error for McAdoo at third base today. Brings up Otto Kemp. Cairo at first. Nobody out. Pigs down a pair. Bottom 4. First pitch. Sinker. Misses off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Kemp, like we mentioned, his first time up in money against lefties this season. Now 6 for 11. Of course, there's a bit of a microscope on him in these scenarios. Should he get back up to the big leagues for the Phillies? 1-0 pitch. Kemp swings. Ground ball over to short. Gloved by Rivera. Goes to second one. Relay to first. Is in and out of the middle. Terada. And Kemp is saved. I don't know if that was just squeezed too tightly by Terada or what, or if it magically a hole in his glove appeared, but he couldn't hold on to it. And yeah, I think that just went right through the webbing of his glove. Rivera had a brief moment where he wasn't able to get the ball out of his glove, and actually that was just off the tip of Terada's mitt. From our angle, kind of looked like it went straight through it. But Kemp safe at first. Pigs avoid the double play ball there. What we were saying about Kemp, him getting back to the big leagues is really predicated on pitch to Kieboom misses. 1 ball, no strikes is, Kemp getting back to the big leagues is predicated on him demolishing left-handed pitching. And just continued to do that here. 1-0 to Kieboom. Fastball outer third. 1-1. He's done it this week against some pretty competent left-handed arms. Runs in the Little. Of course, was a big run of the Blue Jays postseason last year. Pitching now here with the Bisons. And can't be able to do some damage off of it. 1-1 to Kieboom. Carter takes a cutter down and in. Kieboom with the first hit of the day for the Pigs back in the second inning. That was an infield single. 2-1 pitch. Kieboom rolls it over onto the ground toward short, into the hole. Rivera gloves, goes to second, 1, turn to first, is in time, and the inning over. So the Bisons, 2 cracks in double play, able to turn it on the second chance, 6-4-3, and the inning over. We go to the 5th, it's 2-0 Buffalo. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Presented by Constantine. Once again, here's Fred.
First off, I want to give a happy Mother's Day shout out to my mom, who's in the crowd tonight. Huge shout out to Happy Mother's Day. So we have 2 daughters here. We have Phyllis and Jackie. We're going to have Catherine. All the ladies ready. All right, Catherine, 2, 3. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
now, movie.
Top of the fifth, it's still 2-0 Buffalo. Bisons 2 in the first, and that's the only damage up on the scoreboard. First pitch from Bryce Wilson to Ismael Munguia. This is up and away to him. 1 ball, no strikes. Munguia starting that rally in the first with a leadoff double. Left-handed hitter, 1 for 2 today with a strikeout as well. Swipes the 1-0 pitch back and over the screen. 1-1. Of course, here on Mother's Day, love to dive into some of the family tales of some of the guys in the field, how mothers or moms are important to them. Bryce with his wife, his children. 1-1 is upstairs, 2-1. But I want to focus more on Bryce's own mom, because Bryce's mom ended up raising not 1, but 2 professional athletes. 2-1 pitch. Munguia takes a sinker on the inside corner, 2-2. Bryce has a brother, Peyton, who was drafted out of NC State by the Pittsburgh Steelers as a linebacker. And let's talk with Bryce about it earlier this week. 2-2, Munguia slaps it foul down the left field side, 2-2. I'm like, when you guys get back together for Thanksgiving, do you ever look around the table at your brother and at yourself and be like, how did we end up here? 2 athletes in the top of their fields and 2 amazing sports. 2-2. Munguia fouls it off his foot. Spirals out of the box. Because I always think it's crazy when, siblings end up in the same sport, or, if they're brother and sister, baseball and softball, ice hockey, stuff like that. But when it ends up in different sports, I think that's even crazier because, they probably playing the same sports together, but when you branch off like that, that's a lot of diversity that, parents ultimately become responsible for helping to, raise the children and show them the ropes. 2-2 pitch. Munguia swings, line drive into right. That's down for a base hit. Cut off before the corner by De La Cruz. Munguia a turn at first. He'll stop there, though, with a leadoff single. And in the Wilsons case, Bryce actually did play football all the way through high school, which I thought was interesting because Bryce was a high school draft pick, 4th round. And typically, once guys have an inkling that, they're going to be a draft pick out of high school, they typically shut down every other sport because you just don't want to get hurt. Bryce, though, said, no, I still played my senior year. First pitch sweeper to Josh Kasevich is down away, ball 1. Not only did he play, Bryce wasn't even a quarterback. Like his younger brother, he was a linebacker. Put his, ultimately $1 million pitching arm on the line and still went out there. Throw over to first. Munguia gets back and ultimately, set a good enough example for his brother. And brother ended up at NC State, won the Butkus Award, and now playing NFL football for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kasevich 1 for 2 today with a base hit. Wilson a long set on the third base side. Here he comes. And Kasevich swings line drive back through the box into center for a base hit. Munguia trots up to second. Kasevich aboard at first. Back-to-back singles here to begin the 5th. And the Bisons in business. 2 on, nobody out. Charles McAdoo coming up. So all that about Bryce and his brother, just simply to say I have the utmost amount of respect for their mother for giving birth and raising 2 fine professional athletes. First pitch to McAdoo's a heater down the middle, 0-1. And I cannot imagine how much food she had to pick up on the weekly grocery store runs to feed the 2 of them growing up. 0-1 on McAdoo. 0 for 2 today with a line out. Swings the pitch, hits a weak grounder back through the box behind second. It's off of Biguero's glove, backed up by Cairo on the bare hand. Tries to back pick over to third, but Munguia gets back. Will be an error on Biguero there, as he was trying to be really, really nifty to field on the backhand and then take it to second to start the double play, but he never had the baseball. Was weakly hit back through the box. It'll be a fielder's choice, allowing McAdoo to reach, and Kasevich reaches second on an error. Bases are loaded, nobody out, and Phil Kandari, the Pigs pitching coach, is going to come out, and the entire infield will come in and converse with Wilson. This is one of the first times in a while I can remember that the entirety of the infield's coming in here. There's no action out in the IronPigs bullpen yet. Wilson at 70 pitches, and Pigs have gotten exactly what they had hoped for from him today. It's Ron Hell who covered the final 5 innings of the game last night for the IronPigs, really saved the bullpen. They could really use another 5 innings at least here from Wilson. It's going to be tough. Bases loaded, nobody out, and RJ Schreck, the hottest hitter on the planet, 1 for 2 today with an RBI single. Infield plays back. First pitch to Schreck. Takes a sinker down and away. Wilson got him to pop up on the first pitch he saw his last time up, but he did have a 2-strike, 2-out RBI single back in the first. Sitting about 600 this week. 1-0 pitch. Fastball down and away, and Wilson painting himself into a corner. Now down the count, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 on Schreck. Infield plays him to pull here. 2-0 coming. Fastball is on the inside corner. Welling a very, very, very deliberate strike call behind the plate. Wilson's 2-1 pitch. Schreck swings, line drive by the leaping Ricketts at first and down the right field line. This will score a pair. Coming in, Munguia, behind him Kasevich, McAdoo to third, and RJ Schreck. What is new? Another RBI hit, this time drives in a pair, and the Bisons double their lead. They're up 4-0 here in the 5th. 107 miles an hour off the bat there for RJ Schreck, and just more damage. It's now got 15 RBIs this week, and I would be shocked if he doesn't end up as the IL Player of the Week. Second and third, still nobody out for the Bisons. Got a chance for a really big 5th inning here. Infield comes in for Willie McIver, swings in the first pitch, drives in the air, deep right center field. De La Cruz going back, Baroa as well to the wall, and it's gone. And just like that, the Bisons go from a 4-0 lead to a 7 spot. A 3-run homer for Willie McIver, and it's a 5-run 5th inning for Buffalo. McIver is first of the season, now has 8 RBIs as he drives it the other way. Middle cutter, and he did not miss it. What had been a pretty solid start for Bryce Wilson turns on a dime just like that. First 5 reach in the 5th, all 5 score. Base is empty, nobody out. First one to Riley Terada. This is inside. 1 ball, no strikes, and the Pigs pretty quickly now will try to get Michael Mercado and Daniel Harper actually loose out in the bullpen. 1-0 to Terada, swings and misses. 1-1. Man, you feel for Wilson here. 4 really solid innings bouncing back from that 2-run first inning. And then here in the 5th, just 2 bad pitches back to back. 1-1. Fastball just above the belt. Ball 2. Seven 0 Buffalo. Top of the 5th. 2-1. Terada waves away, misses 2-2. This continues this absurd trend now for Wilson, alternating not just between good starts and bad starts, but good starts and giving up 7. 2-2, Terada bouncing ball the other way to his left. Piguero there to glove it. Takes his time, throws to first. Retires Terada. That's the first out here in the 5th. It'll be one thing to get hit hard, but how this has ended up for Wilson to give up 7 again is just, it's a bit mind-numbing. Try to compute the odds of every other start, giving up 7 runs in different fashions every time. First pitch fastball to Carlos Mendoza. Finds the outside corner, 0-1. Happened so quick today. 4 solid innings. Got into the jam, the bases loaded. 0-1. Mendoza fouls it back. You know, Schreck, the hottest hitter, hottest player on the planet right now. Driving in another pair, and then Willie McIver, the next pitch after that, with a 3-run homer the other way. 0-2 on Mendoza. Wilson fires. Change up down the dirt. 1-2. Mendoza, RBI bunt base hit back in the first. Struck out swinging his last time up. 1-2. Fastball way high. This fifth inning coming on the heels of Wilson actually striking out to sign an order in the bottom of the fourth. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McIntosh sets up away. 2-2. Change up again. Down the dirt. 3-2. On the flip side of things, the Phillies do have a nice lead on the Colorado Rockies, trying to win that series here today. Phil's up 5-0. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber going back-to-back in the first, and Schwarber adding another solo homer later. Christopher Sanchez, a couple scoreless innings. 3-2 pitch. Mendoza pops it up. Down the left field line, shallow, going out more, coming in. Kemp, it'll be the left fielder in foul territory to get to the spot, make the catch. 2 outs. And that's going to be it for Bryce Wilson. Pitch count at 86. Daniel Harper ready to go out in the bullpen. And Wilson done here on Mother's Day after 4 2/3 innings. Bisons finally break it open against him. Here in the fifth, score 5 runs. Willie McIver, 3-run homer, the backbreaker. We've got a pitching change. Daniel Harper coming on. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Still on the top of the fifth, it's the Buffalo Bisons 7 and the IronPigs nothing. Day is done for Bryce Wilson. Bryce 4 2/3 innings today, 7 runs, 6 earned, 9 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. As it's just the fifth inning that gets to him, 5-run fifth. First 5 reach, all 5 of them score. Willie McIver with cherry on top with a 3-run homer. Wilson on the hook for what would be his 4th loss of the season. Daniel Harper replaces him. Harper, thankfully, okay after taking a line drive to the face earlier this week. Left that outing immediately after getting hit. His only appearance this week, 1 inning, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 hits, and 3 walks. 1-0 with a 6.75 ERA this season, 5 strikeouts against 9 walks. The righty, from the stretch, kicks and deals the fastball at 94. At the knees to Josh Rivera, outside corner, 0-1. 2 outs, bases empty for Rivera. Harper, first base side of the rubber. The righty delivers. Fastball up high. Bisons win single, error, double, homer off of Wilson to begin the fifth. Broke this one open. 1-1. Rivera swings and misses out in front of a changeup. 1-2. For what it's worth, the Pigs did rally from 6-0 down yesterday. They had a lot more time to do that. That was after 2.5 innings. Pigs will need a big answer back. 1-2 on Rivera. Harper straightens up, delivers home. Fastball up high. 2-2. To Rivera. Change up downstairs. Rivera not biting on that. Full count. 3-2, swung on, foul tip, held on to by the catcher McIntosh. Harper comes in out of the bullpen, strikes out Rivera to end the fifth. But the damage done, 5-run inning for the Bisons. They break this one open. We're halfway home, 7-0 Buffalo here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
4-3. Play on Monday. They will take them on. Jet and 3-0. You'll bring down and around the Capitals and back to the pitch box. Are you ready? Jet is the other. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! There's the beat are going strong. Can't get it together. Good job. With the players play about history. Oh! Looks like you're going to speed. We'll be available this next happening.
Thank you, Connor. Like you said, halfway through this ball game here on Mother's Day. The Bisons now 7, and the Iron Pigs nothing. Pigs will try to get to work against Josh Fleming, who's through 4 scoreless today. Doesn't have a strikeout, but he has not issued a walk and given up only 2 hits. Brian De La Cruz leads it off, lined out to right center his first time up. Takes a cutter on the inside corner, 0-1. Fleming, the southpaw, first base side of the rubber, slings it, and De La Cruz swings, drives in the air deep left, chasing Lantigua back to the track. He's out of room. It's a solo homer for Brian De La Cruz, and the Pigs on the board trail it 7-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. 5th of the season for De La Cruz. That gives him the active team lead. And the Pigs with a little bit of an answer here after the 5 spot by Buffalo. Trail now 7-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Good to see De La Cruz turn on that as well. That's a cutter up and in. Not poorly located by Fleming, but De La Cruz just turning on it, sending it out up the left center field alley towards the pig pen, out towards the deepest part of the ballpark. So some instant offense here for the Iron Pigs as Liover Piguero takes a called strike 0-1. It looks like we're actually starting to get a little bit of a drizzle here. Didn't know there was any rain in the forecast, but very, very soft rain falling. 0-1. Piguero grounds it to the backstop. 0-2. On Liover Piguero. 2-strike pitch. This is off the plate. 1-2. Piguero bounced into a 5-4-3 double play his first time up. Fleming has gotten a pair of twin killings and also had a runner thrown out trying to steal second base. 1-2. Piguero off the end of the bat, fouls it back. One, two again to Liover. Check swing, pitches down, no appeal. 2-2. So the solo homer by De La Cruz gets the Pigs on the board. Trail 7-1 after the 5-run top of the 5th for the Bisons. That's kind of what happened yesterday. 2-2. Piguero takes the change up down low. For the Bisons blew the game open with 4 in the top of the 3rd. The Pigs answered right back with 4 of their own in the bottom half to make it a 2-run game again. Really be doing the same thing all over again less than 24 hours later. 3-2. Piguero, a hard ground ball, but right to the shortstop Rivera. Surrounds it, gloves, throws first. Plenty of time to get Liover. 1 out.
Now batting for IronPigs,
Garrow hit it hard, but
number 16.
right into the earthworms out in front of the plate. 1 out. Brings up Caleb Ricketts. Popped out softly to shortstop his first time up. First pitch to Ricketts, one hopper back to the mound. Fleming square at the plate, able to pick it up, throw to first. Ricketts, 1 pitch, 1 out. Or that's the second out here in the 5th. Grant Holman warming up out in the bullpen for the IronPigs. Claimed off waivers earlier this week, and we actually have another waiver claim to talk about, Jackson Rutledge. I remember him from the Nationals. He was DFA'd by the Nats earlier this week, and the Phillies just claimed him and optioned him here to Lehigh Valley. First pitch to Paul McIntosh. Fleming, this is outside to him. 1 ball, no strike. So Holman warming out in the IronPigs bullpen. Looks like he's going to get the ball when we go to the 6th. 2 outs, bases clear. 1 ball pitch to McIntosh again, off the plate. Ball 2. Fleming has completed 5 innings just once this season. That was on April the 12th against Syracuse. Took him 61 pitches that day. Here's his 69th, and McIntosh off the end of the bat, a pop-up down the right field line, giving chase to Rada by the tarp. It'll land on top of the tarp. Foul ball. 2-1. Two and 2 on Paul McIntosh, 2-1 on McIntosh. Fleming the pitch, down and in. 3 balls into strike. Brian De La Cruz, a solo homer earlier in the frame, getting the Pigs on the board. 3-1. McIntosh and chopper out to short to his left. Rivera gloves in the 3rd hop, slings it over to first. Plenty of time to get McIntosh and the inning over. So the Pigs get a solo homer from Brian De La Cruz to break the shutout bid for the Bisons. They still trail as we go to the 6th. 7-1 Buffalo here at the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
That was a monkey cam for the first time you ever the request for a question. Is it okay?
Top of the 6th, it's the Buffalo Bisons 7 and the IronPigs now 1 after a solo homer from Brian De La Cruz. Sets up Grant Holman to make his IronPigs debut here today. Claimed off of waivers by the Phillies, off the Tigers a couple days back. It's been a while since he's pitched in the game, as he last threw for the Toledo Mudhens on May the 1st. So it's been a full 9 days in between outings. He has had to, deal with a lot. He was DFA'd by the A's at the beginning of spring training, claimed by Arizona on February 15th, DFA'd by Arizona on March the 25th, claimed by the Dodgers on April 1st, DFA'd again and claimed by the Tigers on April 11th. He was then optioned to Toledo, made 3 appearances there, 4 innings, gave up a couple runs for a 6.75 ERA, and then DFA'd a month later on May the 3rd before being claimed by the Phillies and optioned here on May the 7th. First pitch to Rafael Antigua, he ambushes a fastball, but he's way out in front, yanks it way foul down the left field line. 0-1. So I truly hope Grant Holman has a frequent flyer card because he is racking up the miles. From the stretch, 0-1 pitch. This is down away with a slider. 1-1. Holman, 6'6", 250 pounds, out of Kirkland, Washington. Turned 26 later this month. 1-1 pitch. Antigua, it's a line drive right center, slinking fast. In comes De La Cruz into a slide, and he can't pick it. In and out of his glove as he fell to the seat of his pants. That'll be a base hit for Rafael Antigua. So Antigua, who had been 0 for 2 today, singles here to begin the 6th. Packed at the top of the order in Ismael Munguia. Munguia 2 for 3, doubled in the 1st, singled in the 5th, and scored both of those instances. Holman, the righty, delivers to left, and Munguia fouls it back. Holman does have some major league time, most of it coming last year with the Athletics in his major league debut in 2024. In the A's bullpen last year, 22 appearances, 4-2 with a 5.09 ERA. 0-1, Munguia serves it down the left field side, slicing back and into the seats. But the IronPigs and therefore the Phillies back into the 40-man roster has gotten kind of purged over the past week or two as some of the guys who have been up of late, Trevor Richards, Lou Trevino, had to be either traded or waived or ended up opting out. 0-2, called strike 3. Splitter, outside corner, freezes Munguia. And first strikeout for Grant Holman as an IronPig. Jay Sugar still up at the big league level. Guys like Kyle Backus are hurt. Ditto with Zach Pop. So I think the Phillies getting more aggressive on the tail end of their 40-man roster, trying to just, replenish the arms here. Claiming Holman, claiming Jackson Rutledge, who I imagine will join the IronPigs this upcoming series in Rochester. First pitch slider to Josh Kasevich. Misses outside. 7-1 Buffalo as they've got 10 hits again. Had 12 hits last night. 5 in the shutout on Friday night, but 10 on Thursday, 14 on Wednesday. The pitch home, misses up high, taking off from first Lantigua, but will hit the brakes, get back to the bag. 2-0, and they had 13 hits on Tuesday. So that is 5 out of the 6 games this week. Infield plays Kasevich to pull here. Holman's 2-0 pitch. Kasevich swings, hard ground ball into the hole at short, backhanded by Cairo. Goes to second, 1. Peguero the turn to first. In time, 6-4-3. The IronPigs turn it and get Holman out of the 6th, facing the minimum. Grant Holman, his first IronPigs inning in the books. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 7-1 Buffalo here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Bottom of the sixth, IronPigs trailing the Buffalo Bisons 7-1 here. Pitching change for the Bisons as Jesse Hahn comes on to replace Josh Fleming. Fleming leaves in line for the win. 1 run, 3 hits, 5 innings, no walks, no strikeouts. A lot of balls in play. For the most part, a lot of ground ball that Pigs grounds into 2 double plays off of him. A lot of weak ground ball contact. So Hahn makes his second appearance of the week. Robert Moore to lead it off. Switch hitter will bat left. Moore doubled, hitting right-handed his first time up. Hahn from the first base side kicks the leg, delivers home, and Moore swings and misses. 0-1 to Hahn back on the sixth through 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Genesis Cabrera starting to throw out in the IronPigs bullpen. 0-1, Moore, a chopper over the bag at first. Tirada behind the bag, there to glove it on the line, take it to the base himself. Retires Moore, 1 out. 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Bisons. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the IronPigs. It's the series finale with the winner today. For the Bisons, it would mean a series win. For the IronPigs, it would mean a series split. Pigs lost the series last week in Syracuse, dropping at 5 of 6. So it's been a little bit of time since they last had a series win. Took 5 of 6 from Durham the week prior, after dropping series to St. Paul before that. Before the at-bat here, Stuart Baroa calling time. It looks like he's got something in his eye. And I don't know if he's motioning back to the dugout, trying to get some eye drops or something. He's just trying to blink it out. Throws the sunglasses back on here and tells something umpire Charlie Welling, I think I'm good. Take a very quick practice swing and now into the box. Jesse Hahn, first base side of the rubber. 6'5", 205-pound righty. Stretches and deals. Baroa swinging at the first pitch. Fouls it off. Baroa 0 for 2 today. A ground out also popped up to the catcher. 0-1, swung on and missed. Out from a changeup. 0-2. On Baroa. Infield plays him to pull. 2-strike pitch. Baroa off the hands, pops it up, backhand into the seats. Still 2 strikes. Hahn with a sweeper, sinker, changeup, curveball, and slider. He's with AAA Tacoma last year. Mariners AAA affiliate, 0-2. Backdoor breaking ball called strike 3. Sweeper fights back to the edge, and Baroa down looking. Really good pitch that time from Hahn. That is slicing the edge right at the bottom of the zone, and there's nothing Stuart Baroa can do about that. First strikeout of the game for Hahn, and the first strikeout for any Bisons pitcher here today. 2 outs, bases empty for Christian Cairo. Christian 0 for 2 today, reached on an error his last time up. First pitch sweeper. Set the knees 0-1, and Cairo's going to challenge it. He thinks that might have been a little low on him. Mentioned it a couple times before this week. IronPigs have not been good challenging, and upon review, they get the call this time. It just missed. About half an inch below the zone. So 1-0 on Christian, call on the field overturned. 1-0 coming. Cairo shows bunt, takes down and away, ball 2. On Mother's Day, I would like to keep the talk to solely on the moms of some of these players, but in Christian's case, I do have to talk about his dad for a sec. Miguel Cairo, the major leaguer, now infield coach for the Baltimore Orioles. He's in the news today because he got ejected. 2-0 pitch, it's up high. 3-0 evidently wanted to be home with Christian's mom for Mother's Day. Miguel Cairo got ejected in the third inning of the Orioles game by the home plate umpire. Nobody can quite seem to figure out why he got ejected, but apparently he was pretty heated. 3-0 pitch. It's outside. Hahn walks Cairo. First free pass issued by Bisons pitching today. Brings up Otto Kemp. 2 outs and a man at first. Pigs trying to rally back. Solo homer from Brian De La Cruz last inning got them on the board. Pigs have not had a plethora of base runners. It's only been 3 hits. First pitch to Kemp. Sweeper off the plate. Kind of feels like every time they get a runner on, it's going to take a big swing. Kemp with 3 homers this week. 1-0 pitch. Fastball just up and in. Catcher McIver, a little tentative, but he is going to challenge this. Thinks it might have clipped top of the zone on the inside edge. And upon review, it did. Barely. Call on the field overturns. Bisons had burned 1 challenge earlier today, so they retain it. Apparently, Miguel got ejected because Samuel Basayo was denied a challenge by the home plate umpire. Cairo thought, well, it was not denied with good reason. 1-1 is outside, ball 2, so we got run for it. Two and 1 on Kemp, 7-1 Bisons, bottom of the 6th. Cairo leading at first, 2-1 coming. Fastball down the way, 3-1. And this is Cabrera ready to go for the Pigs when we go to the 7th. Grant Holman, a scoreless IronPigs debut. 3-1 pitch. Kemp swings, line drive, center field coming in for it is Munguia. It's under his glove. Tips off just behind him. Will go retrieve it, and Cairo advances to third base. 102 miles an hour off the bat, and I think that ended up knuckling on Munguia. Just wasn't able to squeeze it. And Munguia going for the basket catch, whiffed on it. Cairo takes third on the play. Kemp boarded first. Two outs, and the IronPigs trying to rally here. Down 7-1. Carter Keyboom, 1 for 2 today with a base hit. The pitch. Breaking ball backs up. It's inside. One-0 pitch. Keyboom swings, fouls it back up over our heads. Land on top of the press box. 1-1. Keyboom has been hitting over 300 for the better part of a month. It's about a 333 average since April 5th. Pigs need a big hit from him here. Cairo dancing down the line. Kemp hit first, the 1-1. Breaking ball bends back to the inside corner. Freezes Keyboom. 1-2. Outfield straight away on Keyboom. Infield straight up, except for Mendoza playing up the middle at second base. Hahn set of the belt. High leg kick, 1-2. Keyboom reaching for it, floats a fly ball out to left. Step or two back is Lantigua. He makes the catch. And the inning over. Pigs threaten, but they leave a pair aboard. We go to the 7th. 7-1 Buffalo. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Top of the seventh, IronPigs in a steep hole here, trail 7-1 to the Buffalo Bisons here on Mother's Day. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Genesis Cabrera takes over for Grant Holman. Holman, the scoreless inning in his IronPigs debut. 1 strikeout, 1 hit, 1 double play ball. Just right, Genesis Cabrera, who has been throwing BBs out of the Pigs bullpen of late, makes his team-leading 14th appearance, 1-1 with a 6.75 ERA. Don't let the ERA fool you. Lefty kicks and deals Charles McAdoo. Pitches in for a strike, 0-1. Cabrera has not allowed a hit since April 22nd. That's 5 no-hit appearances, totaling 7 2/3 innings. He has 10 strikeouts with only 2 walks. 0-1, McAdoo, the weak tapper, third base side. 0-2, and although, Cabrera working out of the bullpen, won't get credit for any kind of no-hitter if he strings together 9 no-hit innings in a row. Just about the closest the IronPigs have ever come to having a no-hitter. 0-2 on McAdoo, 0-3 today. 2-strike pitch. McAdoo swings, hard ground ball to short, staying down on a Cairo, gobbles it up, throws to first, right on the money. McAdoo retired for the first down of 7. 1 out, nobody on, brings up RJ Schreck. Let's see if maybe even a left-on-left matchup can cool them down. Schreck has just continued a sizzling week. Driven in 15 runs, including 3 of the 7 today for Buffalo. Opened the scoring with an RBI single in the first, widened the gap with a 2-run double in the 5th. First pitch, fastball inside. Backs him out of the box a little bit. Infield plays him to pull. Cabrera set of the chest. 1-0. Schreck rolls over a grounder back of first. Rickett stays down on it. Tells Cabrera, I got it. I'll take the bag himself. Retires Schreck and the inning. Or rather, that's the second out here in the 7th. Brings up Willie McIver. McIver really put a big dent in this game with a 3-run homer in the 5th. That was off of Bryce Wilson. Wilson giving up 7 runs, 6 earned, 5 in the 5th for the 5 hitters who opened up the inning. Right-handed hitting McIver, first pitch from Cabrera's, cut on and missed, 0-1. Got him out ahead of a curveball there. Bisons getting a lefty themselves up out in the bullpen. 1-strike pitch to McIver. Checks the swing, fastball up, 95 out of the zone. So that might be Adam Macko getting loose for Buffalo out there. Maybe not. Might actually be Brendan Little. Be his 3rd appearance of the week. 1-1. McIver swings and drills it on a line deep left center. Kemp on the run's not going to get there. Goes by him all the way to the wall. Retrieve it there. McIver on his way into second. Has himself a double, and he's now a triple shy of the cycle. And Cabrera's no-hit string comes to a close after 8 1/3 innings. Hanging changeup that time, and McIver drilled it 108 miles an hour off the bat. So a two-base hit for the Bison's catcher. He's second in scoring position for Riley Terada. Bisons are 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position today. Terada 0 for 2 with a walk. Right-handed hitter. Takes a sinker, 96, down and in. Pigs trying to keep this a 6-run ball game in the 7th. Cabrera look back at second. Now a double take, 1-0. Curveball slips out of his hands. This is up and away. Cabrera looking down at his landing spot. Cleat slipped just a little bit. Ball 2. Two-0 pitch. Fastball way high. 3-0 on Terada. Cabrera does have a friendlier matchup with Carlos Mendoza on deck, left-handed hitter. Three-0 coming. Terada takes sinker on the inside corner. Runner at second, 2 outs, 3-1 on Terada. 7-1 Bisons in the 7th. 3-1. Terada swings a bouncer over the mound behind second. Beguero there. Glovett slings it to first in time to get Terada and the inning over. So Cabrera does give up a hit for the first time since late April, but he strands the 2-out double. We go bottom 7. Time to stretch. 7-1 Buffalo here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Hope you got a good stretch in. You can go to the bottom of the 7th here on Mother's Day. IronPigs trail the Bisons 7-1. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Bisons with 2 in the 1st, 5 in the 5th. First pitch to Brian De La Cruz from Jesse Hahn. This is outside, ball 1. Pigs only run the game. A Brian De La Cruz solo homer back in the 5th. Some overcast skies rolling in all of a sudden here. Had been sunny most of the day. 1-0. Sweeper off the plate, ball 2. We did have some stray showers earlier in the game, that very light sprinkle, but this looks it's just gray. Hopefully no rain here. Michael Mercado throwing out in the IronPigs bullpen. Looks like he's going to have the 2-0 pitch. De La Cruz taking all the way, and Hahn throws it to the backstop. Is Brendan Little ready to go out in the Bisons bullpen? Caleb Ricketts due up third here in this inning, so I would guess that that's the end of the line for Hahn. Through a scoreless sixth, stranding a pair aboard. Kick in the 3-0. Fastball up and away. 4-pitch walk. Second 4-pitch walk allowed by Hahn. Leadoff man on. Brings up the over Piquero. Pigs have not really been all too threatening today. 1 run on 4 hits. As far as leadoff runners are concerned, De La Cruz, the solo homer, led off the 5th. Key Boom infield single to begin the 2nd. And now De La Cruz's leadoff walk here in the 7th. Just 3 leadoff base runners. First pitch sweeper to Piquero, chases him out of the box, inside. Piquero 0 for 2 today. 1-0 pitch, sweeper again inside, and again Piquero stumbles out of the box. 6 straight out of the zone for Hahn here. Piquero hit into a double play to end the 2nd. Hard ground out to short in the 5th. Hands held low from the right side. Hahn's 2-0 pitch, and missed with the fastball outside. So Jesse Hahn, if he misses again here to Piquero, he could very well come into the 7th, throw 8 pitches out of the zone, and exit stage right with Ricketts on deck and Little up in the bullpen. 3-0 pitch, down and away. Ball 4, and he's walked the first 2 to begin the 7th on 8 pitches. And yeah, Casey Cantel, before Hahn even has the baseball back on the mound yet, is out of the dugout, and he's going to take baseball from him as McIver had hand-delivered it out to the mound. We're going to get a pitching change. So Brendan Little coming in out of the bullpen to face Caleb Ricketts with 2 on and nobody out. Pigs trying to rally. They trail the Bisons 7-1. Pitching change for Buffalo back in 60 seconds. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Here's today's second Sunday.
Still in the bottom of the 7th, it's the Bison 7 and the IronPigs 1. Bisons make a pitching change here, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Chimney Specialists, keeping the valley safe, 1 chimney at a time. Brenton Little replaces Jesse Hahn. Hahn, an inning plus of work, 1 hit and 3 walks, including back-to-back 4-pitch walks here to begin the last 7. Little inherits those runners and will face Caleb Ricketts out of the bullpen. Little with his 3rd appearance of the week. So far, he has thrown an inning and 2/3, giving up 5 runs but only 1 earned on 5 hits. No strikeouts and 2 walks. So for a guy who came into the week with an ERA around 1, it's bumped up a little bit to 1.54 now. But he has a 5-0 record, 17 strikeouts and 12 walks in just about 12 innings pitched. Favorable matchup for Brendan Little here with Caleb Ricketts coming up left on left. Ricketts over 2 today against Fleming, another southpaw. First and second, nobody out. First pitch, Ricketts takes a sinker in for a strike. 0-1. Ricketts came into the day against lefties, actually 5 for 15. He's done a pretty solid job. Fleming made pretty quick work of him. Infield plays him to bowl. Pigs down 6 here in the last of the 7th. 0-1. Sinker downstairs. Little uses a knuckle curve and sinker predominantly. We'll mix in a four-seamer and a slider. One pitch. Ricketts off the end of the bat, cues it to the on-deck hitter. Paul McIntosh actually knocks over the can of pine tar spray. 1-2. Daly Cruz at second, Piguero at first. Little, crossfire set number showing to the plate, the pitch. Called strike 3, knuckle curve. Bends in on Ricketts, and he seemed to know it as it drops in right at the top of the zone. So Little comes on, strikes out the first man he faces. Brings up Paul McIntosh, who's 0 for 2 today with a pair of groundouts. Pigs need a big hit. Hitless today with runners in scoring position. Now 0 for 3. First and second, one out. First pitch, it's inside off the mitt of McIver to the backstop. Daly Cruz will go to third and Piguero to second. Imagine that's going to be a pass ball on Willie McIver. Just kind of got gummed up a little bit. Fastball inside that just went to grab on the backhand when he should have been turning to the flip side of the glove and clanged off side of the mitt. Second and third, one out. Infield plays back for the Bisons, conceding the run for the out. 1-0 pitch. Sinker tails off the outside corner. Bisons are already getting a righty loose out in the bullpen. It's Hayden Yeager, who opened up Tuesday and Friday's game. 2-0 pitch. It's downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. 3-0 on McIntosh. Little kicks the leg, fires home, and McIntosh swinging 3-0. Chases what would have been ball 4. Fastball down and away. Three balls a strike. Infield back all the way around. Outfield straight away. Here's the crowd waiting in anticipation. Trying to find something to cheer about today. 3-1. McIntosh, a weak tapper, third base side. Charging is McAdoo. He gloves, throws in the run, and it's in time to get McIntosh at first. Coming to score, though, is De La Cruz. So an RBI ground out for Paul. Over to third goes Piguero, and the Pigs trail 7-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. With only 7 outs to play with now, IronPigs, or rather the Bisons, make that trade. And McIntosh is still at first. For some reason or another, he thought he had beat that out. Standing at the bag, finally, first base umpire Kellen Martin tells him, no, you're out. So Piguero at third, and now Robert Moore flips back around to the right side, where he doubled back in the third. Switch hitter batting right. Little set on the first base side, kicks the leg, his pitch. Sinker pops the mid, outside corner, 0-1. And Moore is going to challenge this. Pigs have not lost a challenge yet today. Gone 1 for 1 so far, and upon review, they'll go 2 for 2. Ball on the field overturned. So from 0-1 to 1-0 on Robert Moore. Little brown tan glove set at letters, kicks the leg. 1-0 coming, sinker up and away again. Ball 2. Two and 0 on Moore. Little delivers. Fastball up and away again. Three 0 on Robert Moore. Here it comes. Moore taking all the way, and that fastball is on the outside corner. Moore a split second. Thought maybe it missed. Little living on that outside corner up and away to Robert Moore here. 3 balls and strike. Peguero at third. 3-1 coming, and Moore off the hands. Weak roller short coming in for it. Rivera, he vacuums it up. Slings it over to first. Retires Moore. And the inning over. Pigs scratch out a run. Couple of walks. A pass ball. Score run. Cut to a 5-run deficit as we go to the 8th here on the Pigs Radio Network. Presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Thank you, Connor. Like I said, top of the 8th, IronPigs still trailing the Bisons, but they've cut it to a 5-run game now. RBI ground down to Paul McIntosh makes it 7-2 Buffalo. Michael Mercado takes over here for the top of the 8th at 7-8 and 9-2 up. Mercado making his second appearance of the week through an inning and 2/3 scoreless back on Wednesday. 2 outings so far for the Pigs this year, coming off the injured list following a shoulder impingement. 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, or 2 strikeouts and 5 walks. Got it backwards. Carlos Mendoza leading it off. He's 1 for 3 with RBI bunt base hit back in the first. Left-handed hitter. First pitch from Mercado is a curveball missing down and away. Pat Gallagher warming up out in the Bison's bullpen. Mercado the wind, 1-0 pitch. Fastball down and into him. 2 balls, no strikes. Michael, 6'4", 205-pound righty. We had our annual Bacon USA autograph signing yesterday. A whole team shows up for that. So I was guiding some of the players there, walking alongside Michael. 2-0 pitch is inside, ball 3. I asked him if he had grown at all, because I swear he's taller again. Than listed at 6'4", I swear he's closer to like 6'6". 3-0 on Mercado, or 3-0 on Mendoza as Mercado goes ahead and ties his shoelace. Because I feel like he is pretty firmly a full foot taller than me. 3-0 pitch, up and in, all 4. So after Jesse Hahn walks 2 batters on 8 pitches in the top half, or in the bottom of the 7th, Michael Mercado answers back with a 4-pitch walk to begin the top of the 8th. And at first for Josh Rivera. Right-handed hitter swings the first pitch and hits a ground ball by a diving Tyro deep in the hole that's short and into left for a base hit. Kind of surprised he swung first pitch after a 4-pitch walk, but he gets a base hit. Chased would have been a ball up and out of the zone. It's 1 for 4 today. And the Bisons now 2 on, nobody out. Rafael Lantigua coming up. I didn't see whether or not the third base coach was laying down any signs there. So it looks like Lantigua probably swinging away. If there's anybody who can lay down a bunt, it's him. It's 1 for 3. No sign of a bunt as he swings and fouls the first pitch off the plate. 0-1. (7-2) Bisons, top of the 8th. Now 7 runs on 12 hits. 0-1 pitch. Fastball rides high and tight. 94. Mercado working with a fastball, cutter, splitter. Also has a curveball will mix in. 2 on, nobody out. Mercado set at the letters. Takes a look back at second. 1-1. Cutter's called a strike, inside corner. Lantigua was backing away from it, but Mercado gets the call there. First and second, nobody out. Pigs trying to keep this game within relative arm's reach. 1-2. Heater up and away. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Splitter down the dirt. Backhand stop by McIntosh keeps it in front. Walk single, now a full count on Antigua. Be shocked if the runners are off here. Mendoza short lead at second, 3-2, swing and a miss, out in front of a cutter. Mercado changing up speeds just enough there. Gets a swing and a miss, 1 out. Back at the top of the order, and Ismael Munguia, 2 for 4 today. Doubled in the first, singled in the fifth, and scored both times. We're on Mother's Day, always great opportunity for us to be able to shout out all the moms who have had impacts on players in the field. Pitch is a strike on the inside corner to Ismael Munguia. 0-1, but for us up here in the booth specifically as well, my own mother doing a lot to influence my own baseball life. 0-1 pitch. Munguia swings, soft line drive into right. That's down for a hit. 1 hop in front of De La Cruz over to third. Mendoza not even going to think of trying to score on that. So load the bases with 1 out. Josh Kasevich coming up next. Here on Mother's Day, want to give a humongous shout out to my own mom, hopefully listening at this time. I know she tries to tune in for most games, dips in and out, so hopefully she's listening. If not, I'll have to record it, play it back for her. But big shout out to my own mom. Oh, my baseball fandom, my baseball life for her. First one to put a glove on my hands, bat, fingertips, and have me swing off a tee when I was young. First pitch to Kasevich, he pops it up. Foul ground first base side by the Bison's dugout. Ricketts giving chase and will land on top of the dugout. One big hop to a fan in the stands. Didn't even have to get up out of his seat. Stayed seated, made the catch. 0-1. My mom became as big of a Phillies fan as I was. Her favorite player to this day is still Carlos Ruiz, although Brandon Marsh is a close second. She loved Chooch. So for my mom, for my baseball fandom, all she has done for me, I love you, Mom. She still gets tickled every time I give her a shout out. 0-1 on Josh Kasevich. Ricketts in at first, rest of the infield is back. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 8th, Mercado's 0-1. Kasevich pops it up again, behind home. This one clearly out of play. 0-2, and a nice catch by a fan up in the suites. Back-to-back plays, back-to-back catches. 0-2. Pigs turn a double play to end the 6th. Mercado looking to roll 2 here to end the 8th. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Cutter up and away. Kasevich caught reaching. Second strikeout of the inning for Mercado. 2 outs. Brings up Charles McAdoo. He's been held in check today. 0 for 4, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 5th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 7-2 Bisons. Mercado delivers. Slow curveball bends in, hard of the plate. 0-1 Bisons with 2 in the 1st, 5 in the 5th. Pigs with 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. 0-1 on its way. Fastball sinks down below the knees. Bisons going for a series win. These two teams won't meet up again here at Coca-Cola Park until the second half of the year. End of July, Pigs will welcome in the Bisons right after the All-Star break. 1-1. McAdoo swings, soft line drive into center. That's going to find some grass down for a hit. Coming in to score is Mendoza. Behind him, Rivera. Throw goes to third. It's a 2-run single for Charles McAdoo, and the Bisons firmly pulling away here. 2-run single for McAdoo makes it 9-2 Buffalo here in the 8th. Not a bad pitch by Mercado, a curveball on the outside corner, but McAdoo gets it off the end of the bat. Stays through the middle of the field, big part of the field, drops it into shallow center, drives in a pair. Gia now at second. Mendoza, Rivera both score. Now RJ Schreck, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs today. Takes a first pitch fastball down and in. One-0 pitch. Schreck swings, hard ground ball by a diving Ricketts on the backhand at first and into right, another base hit. Munguia flying to the plate. He'll come in and score. The throw goes to second. McAdoo motors to third. It's another RBI for RJ Schreck. He's got 16 this week. And it's 10-2 Bisons in the 8th. 3 runs, all with 2 outs for the Bisons. Ball was scalded. 1-0-2 off the bat for Schreck. And Ricketts at first is not playing deep enough to give himself a chance on that dive. Willie McIver, the 8th man to hit. Triple shy of the cycle, 3 for 4 with a 3-run homer in the 5th. Swings the first pitch, hard ground ball the other way. That shoots into right, another hit. McAdoo scores. Up to second is Schreck, and the Bisons quickly in front by 9, 11-2 in the 8th. So not the triple that McIver was looking for there, but has to settle for his 4th hit of the day. 4th RBI as well here. Falling apart for the Pigs with 2 outs. Mercado on the verge of getting out of this, was ahead of the counts on McAdoo. Loop base hit, but now some hard contact between Schreck and McIver, both over 100 miles an hour. Now Riley Tirada, 9th man to hit. Bisons have really put together some strong offensive performances this week, and on top of that, it has been the demoralizing big inning that has really hurt the IronPigs. This is the 3rd inning this week that the Bisons have batted around, which is the most times any one team has batted around against the Pigs this season in the series. First and second, 2 outs. Tirada, 0 for 3, walked back in the 1st. Right-handed hitter. Mercado will look to second. His pitch, fastball up high. Phillies still lead the Rockies. It's 6-0. Top of the 7th. Christopher Sanchez working on the shutout bid. 6 2/3 scoreless. Still no walks. Now 7 punch-outs. Pitch home to Tirada, rounded to the backstop, 1-1. Sanchez, though, at just over 100 pitches, so his day is probably done after the 7th. Looks like it should be a series win for the Phillies. Rain falling again here at Coca-Cola Park. Not really bothering anybody too much. 1-1. Tirada swipes it to the backstop. 1 and 2, couple of umbrellas open, couple people flee for the concourse. Those who flee not as morally strong as the rest of us who camp out in the rain and embrace it, I say from my completely dry broadcast booth. 1-2. Swing and a miss through the fastballs by him as Mercado gets the strikeout. And the inning over. 3 punch-outs in the frame for Mercado, but the Bisons open this one up. Score 4 in the frame, take an 11-2 lead. We go bottom 8 here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
All right, I'm going to give you a second, maybe 10 seconds. Leave the things for not getting home in the big spot. We're going to start bringing it here. So, all right. We're going to picture of money. 107. Just know it's all right, last one, David. All right, fans, really good with a make sure
Bottom of the 8th, Bisons 11, IronPigs 2. Buffalo busting this one open. 4 runs in the 8th as they send 9 to plate. Scored 5 in the 5th as well. 2 in the 1st. While the Pigs, single runs in the 5th and 7th. Pat Gallagher comes on to relieve, pitching in place of Brendan Little. Little came on for Jesse Hahn with 2 on, nobody out in the 7th inning, allowed one of those inherited runners to score, although it was an unearned run thanks to a passed ball. First pitch to Stuart Baroa, switch hitter batting left. Change-ups on the outside corner, 0-1. Little inning out of the bullpen, 1 strikeout. 14 pitches, 7 strikes. So Gallagher got the win back on Thursday. 2 2/3 scoreless that day. 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. This is outside of the fastball, but the catcher McIver is going to challenge this. Thinks it got top of the zone. And upon review, it did. Just barely clipped the very top of the letters. So just 1 challenge left now for the IronPigs. Or for the Bisons. Oh and 2 on Stuart Baroa. 0 for 3 out of the leadoff spot. Switch hitter batting left. Swings the 0-2. Fouls it back. Christopher Sanchez has, in fact, completed his 7 innings of work today. 7 shutout, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. 0-2 again. Breaking ball, called strike 3 at the knees. Baroa's going to challenge that, though. Pigs do have 1 challenge left. Or rather, they do have 2 left, while the Bisons only have 1 left. And upon review, call on the field is low. Call on the field overturned, and the Pigs will retain the challenge. So 1 and 2 on Stewart, getting the bottom of the 8th. Gallagher the stretch, 1-2. Baroa, weak swing, grounds it the other way towards third. McAdoo gloves in the backhand, throws off balance and gets Baroa at first. Nice pick by Tirana to bail him out as well. Man, McAdoo had to work so quickly as Baroa, hustling down the line, just served that inside the bag on the ground. And McAdoo was playing off the line, had to range back to his right, throw on the run. It's the first out here in the 8th. Brings up Christian Cairo, 0 for 2, reached on an error and walked. First pitch, takes a curveball, spiked. 1 ball, no strikes. Gallagher making his 4th appearance for the Bisons. No record, or rather 1-0, a 2.45 ERA this season. 1-0 pitch. Cairo swings, ground ball back up the middle behind second. Mendoza claims the spinning top and throws to first in time. Gets Cairo, 2 outs. Weird game here for the IronPigs offense. Bison's pitching has only struck out 2 hitters. They've walked 3, but they've only given up 4 hits. The amount of loud contact given up has not been plentiful either. Typically, when you get this many swings off, you're bound to find a couple of barrels, but it just hasn't been the case. Here's Otto Kemp, 1 for 3 with a base hit. Takes the pitch off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Kick and the 1-0. Otto swings, drives in the air, left center field pretty deep. Munguia back, nearing the track, now onto it, reaches out and makes the catch to retire Kemp and the inning over. Pigs go down in order as Kemp flies out to the warning track in left center. Go to the 9th. It's 11-2 Buffalo here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest purchase store brand in North America. Top of the 9th, 11-2 Buffalo out in front of the IronPigs here in the series finale on Sunday, Mother's Day. Looks like the Bison's going to take this series 4 out of 6. IronPigs winning the season series last year 11 out of 18. So we'll have some work to do when these two teams meet up at the end of this month at Salem Field in Buffalo. Seth Johnson has the 9th for the IronPigs. Not a safe situation, obviously, but Seth, no record, 2.25 ERA. Tied for the team lead with 3 saves. Works on the stretch. Nobody on base. Carlos Mendoza leading it off. First pitch. It's a curveball on the inside corner. 0-1. Hitter Mendoza is going to challenge it. Bisons only have 1 challenge left here. And we'll see whether or not they get it right. Upon review, Mendoza does get it right. Calling the field over turns. Missed down and in by an inch. Mendoza out of the 7th spot, 1 for 3. RBI bunt base hit in the first. Walked and scored beginning last. Left-handed hitter, 1-0. Fastball takes off on Johnson. Way high. Two 2-0 Mendoza. Bisons 11 runs on 16 hits. 2-0. Fastball at 98 on the inside corner. 2-1. 16 hits allowed today for IronPigs pitching. That is now the most hits they've allowed in a game this season, eclipsing the 15 held out to Buffalo on Wednesday. Bisons sure can hit. Johnson working deliberately. 2-1. Mendoza swings, line drive just foul down the right field line out of the reach of Ricketts at first, and first base umpire Kellen Martin having to bend down the way of that. Following an off day on Monday, the IronPigs will open their series Tuesday in Rochester. First trip this season up to what I like to call the Great White North. Thankfully, past couple of years I've seen the Pigs have 2 series in Rochester in April. This year, thankfully, the first trip there isn't until mid-May, so hopefully the weather cooperates. 2-2 on Mendoza, the pitch. Tried to hold back, but he went around, slider down the dirt, and he'll give up on it. Retreat to the dugout. McIntosh throws it first for good practice anyways. Strikeout of Mendoza, 1 away here in the 9th. And the way that the 2 pitching staffs have operated today, it's kind of wild that the Bisons have punched out only 2 hitters. The IronPigs pitching staff has now struck out 11, but obviously given up the 16 hits in between. First pitch on the way to Rivera. This is down and away. So you kind of think about it the way strikeouts work, that, yeah, strikeouts can happen, but you got 3 swings for a reason. If you put the ball hard in play on one of those swings, come away with a hit, strikeouts don't really matter. 1-0 pitch. Rivera takes. Slider on the outside corner, 1-1. Getting a little happy feet in the box. I think that's a pretty good example of why, the strikeout revolution has happened. Why hitters are willing to accept the strikeout. So ultimately, 1-1. Fastball, 97 down and away. So put the ball and play hard, even if it comes at the cost of a strikeout every now and again. You shrug your shoulders. Now, context obviously matters. Putting the ball in play with scoring position, 2-1. Slider on the outer edge, 2-2. Bringing home a man from third, less than 2 outs, moving a runner from second to third, stuff like that is important. 2-2 on Josh Rivera, singled and scored last inning. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Backed up the slider a little, and Rivera swings through it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Johnson. Seth now with 23 strikeouts against just 5 walks in 12 2/3 innings of work. It really is starting to feel like Seth has kind of checked not all the boxes here at AAA, but is, ready to really make a statement at the major league level. First one on the way to Rafael Lantigua. Swings through a slider, 1-1. Now, he's more a victim of the fact that he has minor league options remaining. That's why the Phillies can shuttle them up and down a little bit. But I think come next year, 0-1, Antigua takes a slider a little bit high. When Seth will be out of minor league options, still got the rest of this season to play, but I don't really see a reason why Seth won't be in a major league bullpen. 1-1 pitch. Antigua grounds it the other way, right to second base. Figueroa there to glove it. Fires over to first in time to get Antigua. And the inning over. A 1-2-3 inning for Seth Johnson. He sets down the side in order with 2 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Pigs need 9 to tie it, 10 to win it. And it's Buffalo 11 and the Pigs 2 here on the Pigs Radio Network. Presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Oh, yeah.
Tom the ninth, it's the Buffalo Bisons 11 and the Iron Pigs 2. Bisons 3 outs away from closing out a series victory against the Pigs. Keyboom, De La Cruz, Piquero due up to try to start a Mother's Day miracle. Keyboom 1 for 3 today with a base hit, swings the first pitch, chops it on 3, hops deep behind third. McAdoo from the outfield, grass gloves, a long throw to first, pulls Tirada off the bag. It'll be an infield single for Carter Keyboom. Man, McAdoo has had to make some Herculean throws here today, as from the outfield grass down the left field line, about 120 feet out there, just barely pulled Tirada off the base. So, second infield hit of the day for Keyboom. Goes 2 for 4 today. Brings up Brian De La Cruz, solo homer in the 5th, walked and scored beginning in the 7th. They scored the only 2 runs today for the Iron Pigs. Brennan Salucci warming out in the Bison's bullpen, somewhat local kid out of Holy Ghost Prep. And the Brickets is actually due up in the hole, so maybe they want to get the lefty matchup. First pitch to De La Cruz, or the 1-0 pitch. This is up high. Ball 2. Pigs with an off day tomorrow will make the trip to Rochester, New York. 2-0. De La Cruz checks the swing, fouls it back. Start the series Rochester on Tuesday at 6:05 p.m. TBD on those probables for the moment. 6:05 Tuesday through Thursday, 6:45 Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, and then 1:05 on Sunday. 2-1. De La Cruz fouls it back. 2-2. Pigs will come home after that. First Turnpike Series game against Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders next time the Pigs are at home. 2-2 on De La Cruz. Keyboom leads first, and time called. De La Cruz steps out. Pat Gallagher, second inning of work, out of the bullpen, set to chest. Kicks the leg, delivers. Fastball missing off the plate. Gallagher a 1-2-3-8. Keyboom an infield single to begin the last of the 9th. Gallagher protecting a 9-run lead for the Bisons. 3-2 coming. De La Cruz chopper foul. Third base side off the Iron Pigs dugout. Ball had to be cleaned up by Rafael Lantigua in left, all the way down to the left field corner. So has a long trek back. Now ready to go for the 3-2 again on De La Cruz. Keyboom stays put at first. The payoff, swing and a miss. Change up down and away. Just the 3rd strikeout of the day for Bison's pitching. And that's the first out here in the 9th. Brings up the over Piquero. The over 0 for 2. Walked back in the 7th. Caleb Ricketts on deck. 11 runs, 16 hits for the Bisons. First pitch curveball to the overs, down low. 2 errors for Buffalo, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Iron Pigs. Iron Pigs have been held with 5 or fewer hits a couple times this week. Even yesterday, scoring 7 runs. 1-0 on the outside corner, 1-1. They only had 5 hits. Early in the season, when the offense was really humming, you could see it take shape, but so much of the Iron Pigs offense is predicated on working long at bats and ultimately walks. 1-1. Piquero whiffs on the changeup down out of the zone. 1-2, and you go up against a Bison's pitching staff like this, which for the most part has been able to limit those walks, things get tough. Pigs don't drive the ball out of the ballpark enough to generate offense out of thin air, so you're really having to string things together. 1-2 pitch. Figueroa fouls it off the plate, off the catcher McIver. One and two on the over. Pink arm sleeve, bright pink batting gloves. 1-2. Down the dirt. Nice scoop by McIver. And a changeup spiked in there. Two and two on the over. Figueroa. Key boom at first. The pitch. The over takes. Change up down low. And that's ball three. But Figueroa taking off the shin guard and the elbow guard is politely told by Charlie Welling, actually, please stay put. And Figueroa has actually managed to bait the control room and PA announcer into going into the walk read. But nope. Just a full count. Key boom at first. 1 out. Bottom of the ninth. 11-2 Buffalo here. 3-2 pitch. Figueroa fouls it off. Flex off the catcher McIver up the first base line. Still 3-2 on the over Figueroa. Gallagher deals. Figueroa swings and misses. Got him chasing. Change up down. Second strikeout in a row for Gallagher, and with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, and the Bisons up 11-2, we are going to get a pitching change. Brandon Salucci is going to come on to face the lone lefty in the IronPigs lineup, Caleb Ricketts. And Dale takes the baseball from Gallagher, and we will take a break for one final pitching change here. It's 11-2 Buffalo here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. Still in the last of the ninth, it's the Buffalo Bisons 11 and the IronPigs 2. Pitching change one final time for Buffalo. Brendan Salucci replaces Pat Gallagher. Gallagher, an inning and 2/3 scoreless out of the pen, gives way to Salucci, trying to find the final outs of this ball game. Salucci, his third appearance of the week. It's not been a great week for him. Took the loss on Tuesday, giving up 3 runs. Allowed another run in an inning and a third on Thursday. 0-1, 4.09 ERA, and 11 innings for him. Born in Philadelphia, went to high school at William Penn Charter. So probably a good amount of friends and family here to see him pitch. Try to get the final outs of this series and this game. Caleb Ricketts due to face him. That's Carter Keyboom at first, 2 outs. Ricketts 0 for 3 today. First pitch, Keyboom takes off for second. Ricketts checks the swing, and it's a called strike anyways. 0-1 Keyboom moves up to second on defensive indifference. Bisons 11 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors. Pigs 2, 5, and 1. Bisons only scoring in 3 innings today. 0-1, fastball on the outside corner. 0-2, but 2 in the first, 5 in the fifth, and 4 in the eighth. More than plenty to hold down the IronPigs, who have just 2 runs on 5 hits. 0-2 on Ricketts. Salucci delivers, called strike 3. Salucci carves up Ricketts on 3 pitches to end it, strikes him out looking, and the ball game is over. Final score, it's the Buffalo Bisons 11 and the IronPigs 2. Bisons take the series, winning 4 out of 6, winning the finale after a game on Saturday. The Pigs rallied back for a lead, but could not hold on to. Final, less than 24 hours later, it's the Bisons 11 and the IronPigs 2. We'll go ahead, take a break, come back with totals and a recap next on the Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show here at the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Wednesday is the second of our 2 education days. Thursday will honor the unfortunate Middleton. Friday, we take cricket to the city of Berkeley Golf. Saturday night, we will have a game class. Saturday, we will start a long celebration of America's summer. One Sunday, we'll recognize those
Welcome in to Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. IronPigs fall here in the series finale on Mother's Day. Final score, Bisons 11, IronPigs 2. Get you totals and a recap before Connor Mills has you for the rest of this Mother's Day Sunday. This ball game early on, it was kind of in a weird status quo where the Bisons, who got 2 in the first, but Bryce Wilson was able to strand the bases loaded to end that inning, fell into quick order after that. Pigs offense couldn't get much going against Josh Fleming, but Wilson, scoreless in the second, third, and fourth, looked like he was kind of going blow for blow with Fleming. But the Bisons offense, which has been fantastic all week, broke out again to open the fifth. First 5 reached, all 5 scored. 2-run double for R.J. Schreck, 3-run homer for William McIver, and bam, just like that, it was 7-0. Pigs got on the board in the bottom half on a Brian De La Cruz solo homer, but from there it was still all Buffalo as the Pigs clawed back a run in the 7th on an RBI ground out. Bisons put the game to bed with 4 in the 8th, all with 2 outs off of Michael Mercado as the Bisons sent 9 to the plate that inning, getting some RBI hits from McAdoo, Schreck, and McIver, 3 RBI singles in a row. So, final score here, it is the Bisons 11, IronPigs 2. Bisons take 4 out of 6 this week. Final line score for Buffalo, 11 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors, they leave 7 on base. For the IronPigs, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, they leave 5 on base. The winning pitcher is Josh Fleming for the Bisons. Fleming, 5 scoreless innings. He improves to 1-2. Weird line for him, or rather, 5 innings of 1-run ball for Fleming, I should say. Fleming gives up 1 run on 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Didn't miss really any bats, but barely gave up any hard contact. Just the De La Cruz solo homer. Taking the loss for the Pigs, Bryce Wilson, as it is the 3rd start out of his past 5 that he has given up 7 runs. Only 6 end up being earned today, but a weird thing for Wilson now that he has alternated fantastic starts with these blow-up outings where he ends up giving up 7. Why it ends up at that number, I don't know. Today, it felt like through 4 innings, he was pretty solid, and then it just got away very quickly in 5th. Wilson falls to 2-4 on the season. No save required as we started at 116, finished at 355. Time of game, 2 hours and 39 minutes in front of 8,725 here on Mother's Day Sunday. With a loss, the Pigs fall below 500 for the first time this year at 19-20, while the Bisons improve to 19-20 themselves to pull into a tie with the IronPigs in the standings. IronPigs lose 4 of 6 this week, while the Bisons improve with a series victory, taking 4 of 6. IronPigs will try to reset with the off day tomorrow, and then they will be back on the road to take on the Rochester Red Wings on Tuesday, opening up that 6-game set in New York. First pitch on Tuesday, 6:05, TBD on starting probables. That'll be the next time that I talk to you, and that'll about do it for my portion of the broadcast here today. As always, big thanks from me to you for making us a part of your Sunday afternoon, your Mother's Day. I hope it was special. Big thanks to Connor Mills back in the studio, keeping me company here for this one. A big thank you to all of the moms, both my own, moms of all the players, moms of everybody at the ballpark, the moms who came out and supported the IronPigs over the years, the moms who make baseball possible, moms across the world. A very happy Mother's Day to you and yours, and we hope the rest of your Sunday is fantastic. As always, a big thanks to our great partners here at the IronPigs, naming rights partner Coca-Cola, presenting partner Capital Blue Cross, and founding partners Air Products, Service Electric, Lehigh Valley Health Network, a partner of Jefferson Health, Bebron, the Morning Call, and WFMZ Channel 69 News. IronPigs baseball would not be possible without you. I'll talk to you on Tuesday when the IronPigs are up in Rochester to start a 6-game set. Until then, your final score today is the Bisons 11 and the IronPigs 2. As always, thanks so much for listening. I've been Sam Jelinek. Connor Mills has you the rest of the way here on the Staybird Suite, Soundtown Bethlehem Airport postgame show here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. All right, Connor, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.